Welcome to the deep dive. Think about this for a second. A quiet revolution. Something that completely reshaped how we all communicate, how we connect, how we find. Well, anything. It didn't kick off with some huge launch event. Nope. It started small, really small, with just one page. Today, we're doing a deep dive into that page, the very first website ever created. We want to unpack where it came from, what it actually, looked like, and figure out why this simple thing still holds some powerful lessons for us. And we're drawing from some great insights in the first website, a quiet digital revolution.
Okay, let's unpack this. So picture the early 90s. We're inside CERN, that huge research lab over in Switzerland. It's a digital world that, honestly, you probably wouldn't even recognize today. And right there is a British scientist, Tim Berners-Lee. What was the big problem, the frustration he was really trying to solve?
Yeah, what's fascinating here is a core problem. Tim Berners-Lee saw scientists, brilliant people all over the world, struggling to share their work. You had documents stuck on one computer here, another one there, different systems, different networks. It was messy. Right, like finding something was only half the battle.
Exactly. Maybe you found a key bit of research, but then how do you easily link it to related papers or data? It was kind of a digital Tower of Babel. And remember, there was no Chrome, no Firefox, no search engines like Google. The word website itself didn't exist.
Wow.
Information was just locked away, siloed, sharing it efficiently across different machines. It was, well, pretty chaotic for managing data properly.
Okay, that sounds incredibly difficult, just islands of information everywhere. So, knowing that, how did Berners-Lee even start to tackle this? It sounds like a massive undertaking. Did he need like a big budget, a committee? Here's where it gets really interesting.
Well, that's the thing. He basically just built it. He didn't really wait for formal permission or this giant pile of cash. He saw a need, right? And he created a system. The core idea was connecting documents using these things he called hyperlinks. Simple concept now, but revolutionary then.
Hyperlinks, right. The foundation of everything now.
Totally. And he layered this system, which he named the World Wide Web, right on top of the existing internet infrastructure. You could think of it as creating a sort of universal language so documents could finally talk to each other, no matter where they were physically stored.
And then, August 6, 1991, that first website just appears, quietly goes live. It's hard to picture now, isn't it? A plain text page. Just words written in basic HTML.
That's it. No images, forget custom fonts or fancy layouts, definitely no animations or videos. Nothing like we expect today.
So what was it like to actually use if you were one of the very few people who saw it back then?
It was purely functional. Think of it like reading maybe a digital instruction manual or an encyclopedia page, but with clickable links, the hyperlinks, that took you to related bits of information. Its main job was just to explain, what is this World Wide Web thing? How do you use the browser? And importantly, how could you build your own page?
So it was like a self-help guide for joining the revolution.
Pretty much. A user manual for something huge that hadn't quite taken off yet. And the address, the URL, was http://info.cern.ch. Amazingly, you can still see a version of that original page online today. It's like a digital fossil.
It's still there. That's incredible. So what does this all mean? Looking back now, what's the takeaway? That first page launched so quietly, it didn't go viral or anything like that. No millions of hits overnight.
Not at all.
But what it did do was light a spark. It started this whole digital movement, which eventually led to, what is it now? Over 1.1 billion websites today, all from that one simple start.
Yeah, and if we connect this to the bigger picture, it's such a powerful reminder. Really significant impact. It doesn't always start with a bang or, in some fancy boardroom presentation. The web wasn't born from some huge VC fund or a big tech company strategy meeting.
Right.
It began as a practical solution to a real problem researchers were facing. It was a quiet experiment, really, a bold but fundamentally functional idea to connect information.
And critically, it was open, right?
Yeah.
That seems key.
Absolutely key. While other networking ideas existed, Berners-Lee's genius was making it an open, permissionless system. Anyone could jump in. Anyone could build on it. That's what truly let it explode.
And that really brings us to a final thought for you listening right now. If you're building something, maybe it's a product, a startup, could even be just shaping your own online presence. Remember that first website? It didn't need to be flashy. It didn't need to be super complex from day one. What it needed was to solve a genuine problem. And crucially, like you just said, it needed to be built in a way that invited others in to build with it. It wasn't just a destination, it was a platform.
Exactly.
So maybe the question isn't just what problem can you solve, but what kind of open framework, what simple but empowering tool could you offer, even in its simplest form? Something to think about as you navigate your own quiet digital revolutions.